Camels Radio, RV6, Golf Zulu Victor Delta.
Golf Zulu Victor Delta, Camels Radio.
Golf Zulu Victor Delta, South Apron, taxiing gate 23 for a run-up, departure to the east.
Camels Radio, this is Charlie Golf Victor Oscar Tango.
Go Victor Oscar Tango, Camels Radio.
Victor Oscar Tango is currently at the Lafarge Bridge, 10 miles to the east and inbound for landing.
Victor Oscar Tango, squawk ident, runway 27, wind 150 at 3, altimeter 29 or 9 or 4. Traffic on the climb out runway 27, eastbound is an RV6, and right-hand circuits runway 27 is a company Cherokee. Roger, right now.
Copy that, I'll plan on for a straight in 27 and call at the river junction.
Victor Oscar Tango, roger, runway 27. Can you remain north of the river inbound?
Copy that. Remain north of the river.
Roger, thanks, handbrake, brake, Zulu Victor Delta, traffic 15 miles to the east, inbound straight runway 27 is the Cessna 172 and will remain north of the river inbound.
Zulu Victor Delta, watching for traffic, I'll maintain this outside.
Zulu Victor Delta, roger, thanks.
Kamloops Radio, Jazz 55 is at gate 1 requesting the pushback and start.
Jazz 55, Kamloops Radio, pushback air discretion, forward 8 taxi.
We'll report one more taxi and pushback air to start.
Foxtrot Lima Charlie Tango on final, runway 27, touch and go.
Lima Charlie Tango, roger.
Zulu Victor Delta is clear through 5,100.
Zulu Victor Delta, roger.
Traffic vicinity of Kamloops, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta, just departed Kamloops, about 5 miles to the east, climbing through 6,000 for 7,500, and following the highway to Shuswap Lake and then on the Salmon Arm, Golf Zulu Victor Delta.
Traffic east of Kamloops, Musketeer Golf Whiskey Hotel Golf, just halfway, but just about at Pritchard, 7,500, heading out towards Chase and turning back to Kamloops, 126 up.
To hold short, to wait about...
well, a good Sunday morning.
For a flow window.
I have not flown or made a video in quite some time. Well, that's not true. I have flown a little bit, half hour here and there, but not anything that I've recorded. It's probably been...
Or did you want to extend?
Oh, geez. Must be 2.5 months now since I've been talking to a camera. Anyway, what a difference a couple of months makes. So, it's Sunday morning, 11 o'clock. We've got an absolutely stunning day here in central BC, south central BC. The air is smooth, just a few clouds, a little bit of valley cloud up the North Thompson there. But otherwise, a pretty spectacular day. I'm at 7,005, almost 600. And buzzing along 2,350 RPM, indicating 140 knots, 152 true, and ground speed of 150. And I'm burning 8 gallons per hour. So I'm off to have a look around Shuswap Lake. The leaves are changing color. I drove out this way a few days ago and it looked pretty nice from the ground, although looking around here I don't see a whole lot of patches of leaves out in front of me. It's mostly evergreen. But anyway, we'll go have a look. And a bit of an update to my channel. So as many of you know, I've just retired recently, back at the end of January, so what, 9 months now. I've been retired from NAV Canada as a flight service specialist, which I did for a little bit better than 30 years. And in the last year, I've been training with a commercial license, a multi-engine, and a multi-IFR rating, all in the hopes of finding a post-retirement job. And I put out a ton of resumes. Ever since I got my multi-engine back in, the multi-IFR back in, I believe it was April, is when I started sending out resumes. And the very first one was the Central Mountain Air. I was told by an employee there that, we're hiring like crazy, and as soon as you get your commercial license, send us a resume and you're a shoo-in. Well, turns out I wasn't quite the shoo-in that I thought I was. They were the very first resume I sent out. And I never heard anything back, so I progressively started kind of widening how far I cast my net to try to catch a job. And basically every co-pilot job that I thought I might be qualified for, literally from coast to coast, right from provincial airlines in the east all the way to let's say Pasco, CMA in the west, I've applied for every co-pilot job there is. Or at least the ones that I could find on the, your normal sources, AV Canada and Pilot Career Center. In September, I got an email from Perimeter Airlines in Thunder Bay, and I was offered a video interview with those guys, and I felt it went pretty good. I was very relaxed. I answered all my questions honestly, and I never heard back. I even emailed them after the fact, just saying, hey, I don't want to, bug you, but do you let people know who aren't successful in their interviews? And even that went unanswered. So Perimeter is either too busy or not bothered to respond to emails from potential candidates. So I kept on, I just kept it up, kept sending resume after resume after resume. And then a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting down on my computer and I looked at Flight Radar 24, and I started in the east and I started clicking on targets. And what I was looking for was companies that don't normally come to mind, like, smaller operators operating King Airs, PC-12s, Navajos, survey companies, anything. And I started clicking on targets and kind of cyber stalking the call signs.
Traffic in the Maple Lake area.
And I made it as far as Alberta, where I found CanWest Air,
about 10 nautical miles.
King Airs, Medevacs. So I looked up their website. Sure enough, they're hiring King Air pilots, co-pilots. One of the requirements that they had listed was prior experience on a King Air with a PPC, which I do not have. So I sent them a resume anyway, and I said, to whom it may concern, here's my resume. I do not have this requirement, but I do tick all of your other boxes, and if you have anything, please let me know. Well, same day, I got an email from the company head and asked me could I be in Edmonton the next week. I think this was on a Thursday, and they asked me could I be in Edmonton the following week for an in-person interview. And I'm retired, of course I can. So I drove over to Edmonton. It was after the Thanksgiving weekend, and Tuesday, and I literally just stopped into the office because we hadn't set up an actual appointment for Wednesday morning, and I just stopped into the office to say hello and find out when my interview was scheduled for the next morning, and lo and behold, 45 minutes later I had a job.
400.
So I had a very good experience with CanWest, not so good with all the others. And so I've accepted the position, start training in January for King Air 250 First Officer. It does require relocation for me and my wife to go to Grand Prairie, Alberta, which we're really looking forward to. I've only been to Grand Prairie once, and I was in the Cheyenne with my buddy Bob. And so, you know, a little bit familiar, not very much, of course, but we're flying up there in a couple of weeks to check it out and look for housing and such. And yeah, new adventures coming. So, wouldn't you know it, I accept the job. A week later, I get a phone call from Central Mountain Air, wanting to know if I would interview for a Dash 8 position. Now, I thought flying a Dash 8 would be the ultimate for basically just a private pilot. I've got barely any twin engine time. You know, just the training that I did in the Piper Comanche. But yeah, they called to offer me an interview. Now, they didn't offer me a job, in all fairness, but they offered an interview, which I did decline very regrettably, because I am a man of my word. I did accept the position at CanWest, and I intend to follow through with it. But you know, anybody who's looking that's not getting a lot of response, all I can say is keep at it. You know, I'm 56 years old, second career coming up. I was willing to relocate within reason for the right job opportunity. CanWest offered a fair salary. They were very flexible on the training. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The airplanes are nearly brand new.
Radio Jazz 55.
Kind of state-of-the-art with the Proline Fusion avionics, but we'll get into that maybe in future videos, hopefully. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But as for now, look at this day. There hasn't been a ripple in the air, 7,500 feet over Chase, looking down at some of the fire damage from this summer's fires. And there's unfortunately quite a bit of it there. You can see all those black patches there ahead of me. I should give another traffic call here. 1267 traffic, vicinity of Chase, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta, over Chase, 7,500, tracking towards Shuswap Lake, turning south towards Salmon Arm, Golf Zulu Victor Delta. I'm just going to turn up north here towards Adam Lake. I haven't been out here since the restricted airspace was lifted. I think this little bit of cloud here on the right-hand shoreline is masking a lot of the fire damage. But, I mean, it's everywhere. You can see, just look at this over here. Let me bank over this way a little bit. All this in here, this valley is completely burnt. This hilltop, a lot of it is gone. This hilltop over here, a lot of it is gone. And most of the western shoreline up above the mill. I have great respect for the firefighters and everything they did out here. My God, look at all this. They really had their hands full. I mean, it doesn't look, well, maybe it does. But it may not look like a large area when you're just looking at it from the air. I mean, I'm a mile and a half up, but down on the ground, this is an enormous area. I'm just going to turn back south now towards Salmon Arm. Alright, the wind is from 320, which means runway 32.
1267 traffic, vicinity of Sorrento, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta over Sorrento, descending through 6,500 directly Salmon Arm, Golf Zulu Victor Delta. Salmon Arm traffic, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta, 13 miles to the north, inbound, full stop landing. Overhead the field in about 6 minutes for a wind check, anticipating runway 32, Golf Zulu Victor Delta.
Salmon Arm traffic, Zulu taking off from Winter Haulers, 4 miles south of the airport at Sea Creek. We will be northbound to Alpha Delta Zulu.
Salmon Arm traffic, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta, now 5 to the northwest, inbound, full stop landing. Crossing midfield from west to east, anticipating runway 32, Zulu Victor Delta.
Salmon Arm traffic, Indy Alpha Delta Zulu, 6 miles southeast of the airport. That will be northbound to Kamloops at 2200. Indy Alpha Delta Zulu.
Salmon Arm traffic, jump plane, QSR, she's passing Alpha for 1 and 4. We're climbing through 6,000 over top of the field. Prepare drop.
Salmon Arm traffic, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta, just crossing midfield. I've got the jump plane in sight, and I'll be joining left-hand runway 14.
And QSR, that's that. We're just passing out of the runway now. We'll be on the roll in a second.
Yep, lots of time.
And QSR is on the roll.
Salmon Arm traffic, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta, just joining the late downwind runway 14, full stop. Salmon Arm traffic, Golf Zulu Victor Delta, turning final runway 14, full stop.
Well, that was not my best landing.